On today's episode of PDubs Arcade Loft, we're going to take a look at this candy cab that I recently won at the Captain's Auctions Warehouse. So I'm going to have multiple videos about this candy cab on this channel, so stay tuned for those if this is something you're interested in, because we're going to be doing a lot of modding and changes to this thing. But I'm super excited I picked this up at the Captain's Auctions Warehouse. I got this for about $1,100, and then I had to pay shipping and tax, so I'm at about $1,600 all in. Shipping wasn't that much on this, because although it's solid metal construction around the entire cabinet, that is not plastic, that is metal. The shipping charge on something like this was a lot smaller than having a large, 400, 500-pound arcade machine sent my way. Absolutely love this thing, nearly 5 feet tall, but you get to sit down to play. And considering a Viewlix or a Chewlix candy cab like this usually go for around $3,000 or more, the fact that I got it for about half that price is a win in my opinion. It leaves me room in the budget to spare to actually improve and upgrade this thing, including adding better buttons, better joysticks, maybe swap the monitor if I want to. But for right now, we're just going to look at this thing as it comes, because this is factory stock as it stands. These candy cabs come in various options. This particular one has got 6 buttons on each side for player 1 and player 2, as well as a 7th button, which you're probably going to use as a hotkey button, depending on what you got in here. Pandoras Box, Raspberry Pi, PC build, etc. So, it's going to limit some of the options if we do throw a PC in here. I'm not going to be able to get 8 buttons on each player's side because I might have to drill through this metal deck, and I really don't want to do that. Also, as you can tell from the inside here, we don't have the best quality hardware installed, but no worries, we can easily replace that with much better stuff. The stuff that's in here now actually performs really well, and I love the fact that all I have to do is unlock the key, flip over the deck, lock it back up so it doesn't come loose when playing. It's pretty neat for access for modding. Beneath the control panel, we have a lot of doors. All of these doors you can access and open using the keys that came included with the arcade, so luckily I got those with the auction. And you'll notice that this thing is already set up for commercial use, which is really, really cool. So you notice there was a quarter slot on the top of the control panel. You may have caught that in the earlier shots. Everything you need to get this set up and running as a commercial device is included in these drawers. Also, if you take a look at the bottom of the arcade, you'll notice that the bottom legs are kind of hovering about 1 inch to 2 inches above the ground. Well, why is that? You notice right there, I don't have the feet installed. You have an option. You could either put the feet on to have this sitting in place, or you could use the wheels that come included. Right now, this is on its wheels, which I'm going to keep it on its wheels, so it's a lot easier to move this around the arcade. Wheels are awesome. So you saw the spare parts included in the bottom drawer. On the top drawer here, you can see everything else you need to get this set up for coin operation is already included as well. I'm not going to set this up for coin operation. Whatever device I have in here is going to be set to free play. As much as I love coin operation, I really don't need it on this thing. So yeah, free play is the way to go, baby. When it comes to modding and the ease of access to get to everything I need is fantastic on here, and you notice we have room for expansion. They got a lot of room in here for me to throw in a PC if I wanted, and we got our arcade power supply, and yes, this is a real Pandoras Box 9D, so this particular unit, when they sold it, came with a Pandoras Box 9D, which has a lot of its own issues, which we're going to talk about later on in the video. I do have the Pandoras Box 10th Anniversary Edition. Probably one of the first things I'm going to do is swap this out and test and see how that box works inside this arcade machine. And there's just as many panels on the rear of the arcade machine. All I have to do is remove those screws, use the key, open the panel up, have easy access to swapping out the hardware or accessing the hardware on the rear of the arcade. What I love about this arcade too is we do have vents that do work when this unit is powered on. So what's really nice about those is we have one unit blowing air in, one unit blowing air out, keep the insides cool. So if I did want to do a PC mod or something like that, I don't have to worry about this thing overheating. This unit does come with a 32-inch monitor. You'll kind of notice I'm reaching inside the conduit. You may have saw a minute ago there was a red light button. That is the power button. Once you pop that on, obviously the entire machine is going to turn on. What's interesting about this monitor is like it's a 1280 by 724 monitor, as well as it's 60 hertz. So it's not the best of the best monitor. If I really wanted to play modern games on here, I might want to put in a 32-inch with a much higher refresh rate if I wanted to play a lot of modern gamings. But for right now, if I'm just doing retro gaming, this will work just fine, and it's a good looking monitor. Now, this is an arcade machine that you're meant to sit down in front of. Yes, we all love standing in front of our arcades, but sometimes you want to sit down and play. I just picked up these director chairs from Walmart of all places. These director chairs were only like 20, 29 bucks, and they are the perfect height, as you can see, for me to sit here and play on this candy cab, as well as I could fold this down, put a drink holder here, or put a drink in the drink holder, my phone in the slot, things like that. That way I don't have to put anything on top of the control panel. So this is really cool, really comfortable, and I can actually fit 2 of these director's chairs in front of this machine. My wife and my son and me have all played multiple 2-player games using 2 of these director chairs. It's the way to go. There's 4 speakers on this arcade machine, so it does pump out a lot of sound. I could always upgrade, change out the speakers, the amp, all that kinds of stuff as I want to moving forward. So this thing has got 4 speakers, 1 on each corner of the screen, so you're going to get a lot of audio playing this thing. Taking a look here, obviously the Pandoras Box 9D, if you guys know, it's been out for a while. There have been a lot of issues with the Pandoras Box 9D. There's a lot of games that run fine, no issues, and casual gamers aren't going to mind it. But then again, there's a lot of games that have all kinds of screen tearing and ripples and just all kinds of issues, and it's really just not the best of the best. The Pandoras Box 9D also comes with about 2,400 games, tons of classic retro arcade game beat-em-ups, as well as a holy crap ton of fighting games. There's also a bunch of fluff and garbage, but a lot of your classic, like, you know, top 50, top 100, maybe even top 250 arcade games of all time are on here, and they run, they play, and you can have a good time doing it. Just there might be some audio choppiness, screen tearing, things like that. It's really not the best of the best thing out there. So one of the first things I'm going to do is obviously put in the Pandoras Box 10th Anniversary Edition in here. I still haven't plugged that thing and turned it on. I've had it for a while. I've been waiting to get my hands on a candy cab. And if I really like the Pandoras Box 10th Anniversary Edition, I might just keep it that way. But we'll see how that goes. If you guys remember, the Pandoras Box 10th Anniversary Edition, which just came out, also has light gun games included in light gun support. And I can see myself sitting here potentially just playing light gun games on a 32-inch screen while I sit a few feet back from the arcade, not have to worry about standing up, getting tired, things like that. Again, most candy cabs, if you try to buy these, are around the $3,000 price range, so considering I spent half that much money on the low-end version of those candy cabs, I'm feeling pretty good about my purchase. I'm pretty excited about it. This definitely is going to be a keeper in my collection. I just sold some arcade one up, so I have room in the loft now. I'm going to put this upstairs right next to my 32-inch vertical multicade from Rec Room Masters, the vertical extension cabinet. So now I'm going to have a 32-inch horizontal arcade as well as a 32-inch vertical arcade. Both of them sit-down arcades side by side in my arcade loft once I get this thing upstairs, which you'll see in the next video. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think this is a really, really cool purchase. Definitely something to consider looking out for if you have the funds, if you have the budget, if you have the space, and you're looking to, you know, just chill out and play on a multicade, thousands of games. You know, get yourself a candy cab, man. Yeah, it doesn't look like a real North American arcade machine, but it plays all the North American arcade games. And as, you know, if you think it's ugly, it's ugly. I think it's kind of cool. I love the orange and black highlights, and I think that this is a super awesome thing to own in my home. My next video will be showcasing the Pandoras Box 10th Anniversary Edition on this candy cab. Well, my next video for this arcade. I have some other videos I'm going to publish in between, so don't worry, that content's coming if you're interested in it. And in the long run, if I don't like the Pandoras Box 10th Anniversary Edition, we can go a console or PC mod and just end up that way. So sky's the limit, creativity, imagination, anything is possible if you put your mind to it, all that kinds of stuff. Either way, just wanted to do the first quick showcase video, show you guys what I got. Definitely want to get your feedback. Let me have your comments, feedback, or reactions below. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.